Yo, what's up? Today I'm talking about how to date when you're living with your parents. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you're new, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification button because I'm dropping video every day. All right, how to date when you're living with your parents. No, I don't live with my parents, okay? I actually got a request to do this video from one of my subscribers. So thank you so much for this. And I'm going to cover this topic in this video. By the way, if any of you have some topics you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comment. I allow all comments respectfully. I've had to remove a few people, which I said I wouldn't, but man, they just got a little too nasty. And I'm like, okay, I don't need this anymore. So drop a comment. I look at all the comments. I'll reply. All right. So somebody asked me to do a video on how to date when living with your parents. So, personal story. I was living with my parents well into my 20s. This was back in the day, a little more socially acceptable than now. It's also a cultural thing, right? Some cultures, it's more socially accepted in other countries, or just in general. Those cultures, let's say, are in North America. It's an Italian family, Middle Eastern family, whatever, and it's just more socially acceptable to live with your parents. So I lived with my parents basically because I was going through school and I wanted to save up to try and buy a place or something like this. And then I ended up getting married later in my 20s. And at the time, my ex-wife, because I was married before, single now, and my ex-wife, we decided to move, not live together first, which maybe we should have. But anyways, we decided not to live together and then just actually get married and get a place, boom, go from there. So I will say this right now, and it also depends on your age, right? It's a little more socially acceptable if you're in your 20s, but even then, there's a lot of students, right, that are living with a roommate or whatever. So I've asked quite a few women about this topic, doing my research, but asking women specifically, right? Because I wanted to give the most value to the subscriber asking me to do this video. So I've asked women specifically, and they've said, regardless of age, they're okay with dating a guy who lives with their parents if it's a temporary thing and you have a plan. So those are the two things that the subscriber who asked me to do this video, so I hope you see this, those are the two things you need to have in place, that you need to know, wait, this is a temporary thing and you need to have a plan. So for example, if you are closing on you've sold your house and you bought a new one, but the closing date, doesn't match, and you're like, God damn it, I need a place to stay for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, or whatever. Okay, it's temporary and you have a plan. Or let's say you'd lost your job and you're applying for jobs and this is critical, man. If you're on a date, you need to share those two things with the person that you're on the date with and explain, hey, look, I lost my job and I've got a place in 3 months or something. Like, she needs to know, like I said, those two things, that it is temporary and you have a plan. If it's not temporary and you don't have a plan, you're fucked. Like, you are fucked. Now you have to settle for women that are 3s or 4s. So you want high quality women, you need to have those two things. I will repeat myself again. It has to be temporary and you have to have a plan. If you have neither of those, come up with something. Come up with something. Like, hey, and be realistic about it. Like, get your ass out of that situation. Like, you need to. Go live with a roommate. Like, have a plan to, like, hey, I'm moving out by this date, and that's temporary as well until I figure things out, but I'm going to move in with my friend. So women never, it's very, very rare. Again, it depends on how old you are, but if you're beyond your 20s, I don't think there's a single woman that's going to be okay with coming over to your place with parents at home and you're having intimacy or whatever. Like, And at the end of the day, bro, At the end of the day, you need to be masculine, you need to be a leader, and you need to be a survivor. Women love a man that is charting his own course, that is solo. Solo. He's got his own place by himself. The other thing that I will say, women love seeing a man sit alone at a bar, at a restaurant bar. It doesn't have to be a pub, but like at the bar at the restaurant, a dude is sitting alone. And I've asked a lot of women about this as well. And they're like, damn, that guy seems mysterious. He's independent. So women love, that's part of the masculine frame. They love a guy who's independent and is confident, and living with your parents should only be temporary, and you have a plan to exit. All right. Let me know in the comments what you think, and most importantly, if there's some topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.